welcome to another Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to my channel, my name is Jillian. How are you? It is Saturday, and being back now from all the travels, of course, I need a little bit of Disney magic in my life. So we are going to head over to Magic Kingdom. There is a purpose. Before, we had purchased another ticket to go to the Not So Scary Party, which you can view my very first trip to the Not So Scary Party. This was back in September, I believe. And I will post the link above so you can check that out. I strongly encourage it. It was like my first time ever going, was a lot of fun. We had scheduled another ticket because I was like, I would like to do more filming. I would like to try more of the food. But as you all know, in Florida, we have had some horrible tropical storms come through. Helene came through, pretty much canceled the night that I was supposed to go. And then, of course, we had Milton, and it's just been a very stressful, chaotic time here. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make another visit to the Not So Scary Party, mainly because the tickets are all but sold out at this point and also very expensive. We're getting closer to Halloween at this point. And that's okay. I had a great experience. I'm looking forward to going back next year, but I actually need to go to Magic Kingdom to see if there's any way at all I can exchange a couple of shirts that I had purchased the last time I went to the Not So Scary Party. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here I have this purplish Magic Kingdom, and of course you have the Not So Scary Halloween Party. It glows in the dark and it's so cute. And I don't have a lot of purple Halloween shirts. It's just a little too large. Same thing with this one. Just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. It's a gray. This one's a long sleeve and I absolutely love it. You have all of our faves. You have Minnie, you have Daisy, you have Clarabelle dressed up in costume as the Sanderson sisters. And it really kills me that this is too large, but it is entirely too big. It's a good problem to have, right? You see their names here. Daisy is Sarah, Minnie is Winnie, and Clarabelle is Mary. This would be a cute Disney film that I would love to see. And also you have the back. It says Disney World. And it has like your little eyes, little stars. And it's just one of those fun spirit tees that I absolutely love. And because I had thought that I was going to go back to the Not So Scary Party, it didn't occur to me to try to return these earlier. I'm way past the return window. So at this point, I'm just looking to exchange. So I'm hoping that maybe they can go back in the stock room, grab me a size smaller in both of these. If not, I'll see if there's any alternatives. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just have two oversized Disney Halloween shirts that maybe I'll wear when I'm sleeping or when I'm traveling long distance in my car somewhere. I have my handy dandy Mickey popcorn bucket. I'm trying to figure out if I want to take this with me to Magic Kingdom. It's so much fun. I love it, but I've already cleaned it and I have it on display here and it glows as well. Or there's a light so that way the pumpkin part of Mickey's costume lights up. And while I love this and I'm like, I would love to take it to the park, it's a little bit cumbersome. I typically just strap it around my back. I also had purchased these poison apples when I lived in Southern California at Disneyland. So it gives me very fond memories, and I just have them placed here on the coasters. And these trees also light up. So it's my fun little Disney display for the Halloween season. So while we were at Magic Kingdom, my sister also wanted to pick up a Nightmare Before Christmas popcorn bucket. So they also had these for the Halloween party. We went, again, fairly early in the season. They didn't have these available. They just had the Mickey popcorn bucket I was just showing you. So supposedly they have the Nightmare Before Christmas popcorn buckets out available to sell. My guess is that they ordered so many of them and they were probably saving them for the party. But because they've had to cancel some evenings because this year the tropical storms have just been off the charts, it doesn't surprise me they probably have a lot of them that they're now willing to sell to anyone that has a visit planned for Magic Kingdom. So let's go on this journey. Let's hit the road to Magic Kingdom and let's see if we can make this exchange, get our popcorn bucket, maybe hop on a ride or two, and then call it a day. Welcome to this journey with me. Hello everyone. We are now officially in Magic Kingdom. Let's go take a walk over to the Emporium. I'm going to see if I can exchange those 2 shirts that I have purchased from the Halloween party. We're going to see if we can find that Nightmare Before Christmas popcorn bucket, and then maybe get on a ride or 2, grab something to eat. Let's go ahead and head on out. To show you all what the vibe is like. We are, I think at this point, less than a week out from Halloween. I am really going to miss all of the Halloween fall decor when Disney swaps over to Christmas. There's something I feel very special about the fall season that brings me a lot of joy. I love the Christmas season as well, but I just especially love fall and Halloween. That's my favorite time of the year. Heading into the Emporium now. Check out this Darkwing Duck Spirit jersey. It says Walt Disney World on the back. This is so fun. I love Darkwing Duck. Drop down in the comments if you are a fan of Darkwing Duck. It's been such a long time since I've seen it, but it's so good. And also, I'm going to talk up a little bit more loudly. I have lost the Bluetooth dongle to my microphone. So I am going to speak up a little bit. Hopefully you all can still hear me because of course it's a little bit crowded and busy, but we're going to do the best that we can with what we have. All right, we are in the Halloween section. We're going to see if we can find these 2 that I have. I'm actually surprised to see some of this merch out, but they get to a point where it's like, listen, we're just trying to sell this stuff, sis. Aww. These ears are super cute. And of course, Nightmare Before Christmas is always a fan favorite. Yeah, the orange one is very cute. It's a little bright for me, but I do like it. I don't know if they have any more of the purple one. We have the infamous Disney wreaths. Found a little baby version of the shirt, and it's so cute. It has like little shorts. I love it. I do not have any children though, so this one's $34.99, but it's a complete outfit. I don't have kids, so I don't know if that's overpriced for what it is. So you all that do have children will have to drop down in the comments and tell me if that's expensive for what that is. Unfortunately, I see neither shirt. We're going to keep looking on the racks. And of course, we could probably go to another gift shop within the park. The Emporium is one of the first ones that you come across as soon as you walk into Magic Kingdom. So we're going to head to one of the other gift shops to see what they have, because they did not have the 2 shirts, although the ones that I have are wildly popular. And again, with us nearing the end of the Halloween season, it would not shock me at all if they're sold out of both. So I'll try to see if there's any other alternative, if I can maybe trade it in for something that's comparable. I'm way past the window to return it for a full refund, so it's not the end of the world. Like I said, I'll just wear an oversized shirt, oversized long sleeve. I paid enough for it, so it is going to get worn if I cannot exchange it. We are not going to spend money on Disney merch and not wear it or use it. That's just not my MO. But let's take a look at the view of the castle here. It's such a beautiful day, and it's really nice to, I think, be out just given the horrible weather that we've been having this season. It is a little over 80 degrees here in Orlando right now, but still, you know, the humidity, the 80 degrees hits so much differently here than it does in Nashville. I had so much fun in the South, and I really miss it because the weather's just cooler. And of course, it's always a blast to see friends. I have a few really great friends in Nashville whom I love very dearly. So it was really nice to catch up with them, because when we were living in Southern California, in Seattle. I did not really see my friends in the South unless I came back home or they were able to come out and see me. And as you all know, flights are just crazy expensive. And then with the time difference, it's always tough to make time with friends. But I try to make the most of it, and especially now living in the Southern region. I want to make the most of the opportunities to see them before I move back to the West Coast, because that's the end goal. So we're approaching another concession stand just to see if they have those coveted popcorn buckets. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have a Worms and Dirt special churro here. Let's see if you all have the sign. Do you want to stand in line? All right, we're going to go ahead and stand in line because they have the popcorn bucket. And after my sister Whitney purchases it, I'll show you all what it looks like. Okay, so we were not successful. We're going to head to one of the other gift shops to see what they have, because they did not have the two shirts, although the ones that I have are wildly popular. And again, with us nearing the end of the Halloween season, it would not shock me at all if they're sold out of both. So I'll try to see if there's any other alternative, if I can maybe trade it in for something that's comparable. I'm way past the window to return it for a full refund, so it's not the end of the world. Like I said, I'll just wear an oversized shirt, oversized long sleeve. I paid enough for it, so it is going to get worn if I cannot exchange it. We are not going to spend money on Disney merch and not wear it or use it. That's just not my MO. Well, let's take a look at the view of the castle here. It's such a beautiful day, and it's really nice to, I think, be out just given the horrible weather that we've been having this season. It is a little over 80 degrees here in Orlando right now, but still, you know, the humidity, the 80 degrees hits so much differently here than it does in Nashville. I had so much fun in the South, and I really miss it because the weather's just cooler. And of course, it's always a blast to see friends. I have a few really great friends in Nashville whom I love very dearly. So it was really nice to catch up with them, because when we were living in Southern California, in Seattle, I did not really see my friends in the South unless I came back home or they were able to come out and see me. And as you all know, flights are just crazy expensive. And then with the time difference, it's always tough to make time with friends. But I try to make the most of it, and especially now living in the Southern region. I want to make the most of the opportunities to see them before I move back to the West Coast, because that's the end goal. So we're approaching another concession stand just to see if they have those coveted popcorn buckets. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have a Worms and Dirt special churro here. Let's see if you all have the sign. Do you want to stand in line? All right, we're going to go ahead and stand in line because they have the popcorn bucket. And after my sister Whitney purchases it, I'll show you all what it looks like. Okay, once again, so not successful. They had two of the specialty popcorn buckets on display, but the cast member did tell us to walk across the way and they have them. So we're just going to walk directly across the opposite side, basically, of where we were just at, which actually works out because I'm going to go through Tomorrowland to go to the gift shop to see if I can exchange my two shirts for a smaller size. So we'll see. I think we'll be successful at the end of the day. It's just funny. And luckily that line was not too long, but Whitney was saying of the two that they had on display, like, hopefully they're not defective. I'll show you all a view of the castle. And I was like, oh no, they're probably not defective. They just have them out on display. And lo and behold, they probably are defective, which is why we're going to this gift shop that you all see with the red umbrella over across the way. So let's head on over. We're going to get in line and we're going to see if we'll be successful at getting one of these Night Before Christmas popcorn buckets. All right, so we were successful. So I have here one of the Halloween popcorn buckets. Now, they did not have this during the Halloween party, nor have I seen this throughout the times that we have gone to various Disney World parks the month of like August, September, October. So I don't know when these came out, but I went ahead and got one. You have like the Headless Horseman right here, Mickey, just all the faves, Daisy, Clarabelle, Minnie, dressed as the Sanderson sisters. So this is so cute. So I had to get it. And at least now I have my Halloween, and sorry, it's a little bit of a hard time focusing here, but now I have my Halloween popcorn bucket for Disney during the fall. And we also were able to get the coveted Nightmare Before Christmas popcorn bucket. And what's funny about this one is that we were in line and we could hear the cast members say, oh, there's only 3 more left. And so Whitney was like, oh my gosh, and you see the legs bend and the popcorn's up here. So it's super cute. A very nice like display item just in general. And then of course the back, the little cape flows. So it's just a super fun Halloween. And Whitney made a point that you technically could also wear this for the holidays too. Now that we have our popcorn buckets, we are going to head over to the gift shop over near Tomorrowland and see if we can be equally successful either exchanging or seeing if we can work something out with the 2 tops that I have. And the reason why we're going to this particular gift shop is because they had a ton of Not So Scary Party merch, Halloween merch earlier in the season. Of course, who knows what's there right now. But this is a pro tip, and drop down in the comments if you've noticed this too, for those of you all that come to Disney quite frequently, if you have a season pass, if you're all into the Halloween goodness that Disney have to offer. But Whitney and I were just saying that, like, if you're someone where maybe you don't want to go to the Not So Scary Party, you don't want to spend money on that, but you do want to come to Disney during the Halloween season, it's a wonder to me if typically they have all of this merch available. Oh yeah. Oh, I'll show you all. We have Pooh and Tigger out here. So cute. A couple of character sightings. But what we were talking about was you may be able to get a lot of this merch toward the end of the season, because at that point they're just trying to get rid of it. So it's quite possible that you can just pick up Not So Scary merch, but obviously the popular shirts, the popular merch is going to probably be one of the first things to go. So just a heads up that you could just show up toward the end of the season. Like, we're, like I said, very close to Halloween, and you could probably get some of this merch without having to pay the extra funds to go to the Halloween party. So we're going to keep heading through this journey here, and I'll check back with you all here in just a moment. Whitney is getting the Queen of Hearts slushie after leaving the gift shop over by Tomorrowland. We decided to stop off at the Cheshire Cafe, grab a quick drink. Unfortunately, we were not successful at the gift shop over by Tomorrowland, so I think we're going to head back, and then when we go to the Emporium, we'll see if they have any options there. And here is the Queen of Hearts slushie. I love the little crown picture at the top. And I think it comes with sprinkles as well, but we are not sprinkles people. Oh, it doesn't come with sprinkles?
No, the other one did.
Oh, the other one came with sprinkles, so I stand corrected. But this looks really good. Super cute. And very refreshing for this hot summer day. I totally said summer. It is not the summer. It feels like summer. That is the one thing that has been a hard adjustment for me living in Florida, is that it is just very warm most of the year. It will get cooler, like once we get into November and December. We'll get into the 70s, which will be lovely, in the 60s. But for now, it feels like perpetual summer, and I am not a summer girly. As you all heard me say before, I love the fall, and this is why I enjoyed my time so much in Nashville and when I went over to San Francisco, because the weather was totally my vibe. All right, let's head into the Haunted Mansion gift shop and see what they have. Oh, I like the ears.
I was like, I might get these to see if they're online on sale.
These are very cute. I love the ruffle detail. And I love the color as well.
And then as she changes.
Oh, when she changes? Wow. We are heading back out. We're going to try to stop back around toward the front and just talk to a cast member just to see if I can make an exchange. But if not, again, not the end of the world, no sweat. It is extremely busy out here. It's a Saturday, of course, so I expect it to be so. So we're gonna peel out. We're not gonna do any rides today, but we may try to go make one more stop on the way home and take you all along. So I'll check back in just a little bit. All right, friends, we have made it over to the Boardwalk. We're going to see if the cake shop, which is newly opened, if it is busy, if we'll be able to get in. Hopefully we'll be able to get in. And we can just grab a little nosh. Again, it's such a beautiful day out here. Oh, so if someone can tell me from my video that was of the Not So Scary party, what type of ears was I wearing? The first two people who can correctly tell me what type of ears I was wearing, and I'll repost the link to the video and also put it in the description. During the Not So Scary party, what type of ears? You have to tell me the character specifically. And for the first two people, I will DM you to get your address, and I will send you over one of the shirts. So 2 separate folks. To the first 2 that comment, I'll reach out to you. To the very first one, you'll have your pick, and then to the other one, you get the other shirt. Get into this stunning view. And right now, it doesn't appear to be too crazy, but there is a little bit of a crowd over by the cake shop. So we'll see if we'll be able to get in, or if there's a wait, that it's a short one. As we get closer to the bake shop, there's also a brand new Korean corn dog stand that you can see, Blue Ribbon Corn Dogs. And they have all sorts of corn dogs. They have Korean, I call it a Korean corn dog stand. It's all sorts of corn dogs, but they especially have some Korean inspired corn dogs. I have not been over there just yet. I've heard mixed things, so I think you just have to figure out what flavors float your boat. Everyone, so good news, the wait is only 15 minutes, which is pretty awesome considering that this is a brand new restaurant. So I don't think a lot of people know about it. We are going to take advantage of that ignorance, that blissful ignorance for right now, because I'm sure it's so cute on the outside that this is going to gain traction, and I would bet $1 million that the wait times are going to grow as the bake shop gets settled in. I also want to show you all that should you decide to come over to the restaurant, to the left side where my camera is currently facing is for the restaurant. And then let's just say if you want to grab a sweet treat, you would stand in line over to the right, and that is specifically for the bakery. And you can notice that they also have this labeled toward the top, bakery and restaurant. It's good to know because initially I just thought this was all one thing, and I immediately started standing in line while Whitney went over to the left side to talk to the host and got us on the wait list. Here is the bake shop menu. Super beautiful, a little heavy. And of course you can go in and check out all the amazing food. I think I have an idea of what I want. So from the soups, I am actually going to be trying the chicken velvet soup because that just sounds very delicious. And for the signature dishes, you know we're going to get down with the chicken and andouille gumbo. So looking at the cocktails, some of them look so interesting. But y'all, I'm not even going to hold you. These prices for the cocktails are, for a restaurant, and especially at Disney, it's what I would expect. But to give you an idea, you look at the champagne, look how much a glass of Dom is $120 or a bottle is $460. What is about on par are the coffee and espresso drinks. So what I think I'm going to do is get an iced tea, but then when we have dessert, I'll probably get a pumpkin spice latte because that is made with pumpkin pie syrup. And that's $7.99. So that's about on par with Starbucks, which I think is a bit more reasonable. And then maybe some other time I'll try one of their signature cocktails because they do look really interesting. But I don't want to spend $20 for a cocktail on top of another 20 plus for the meal on top of a 20 plus for dessert because their cake slices do start at around $20. So be prepared to spend some money if you come over here for a meal. The po' boy, and I have the velvet chicken soup along with the gumbo. I know this probably looks a little bit bizarre. I am such a soup person, so I am looking forward to tucking into this. And I love the fact that, true to New Orleans style in terms of the sides, Whitney has a garlic aioli, ketchup for her fries, and then, of course, crystal hot sauce. I love that they are giving us all the good sides and dips. And I think with this, I'm going to ask for maybe some French bread, which we read on the menu that the French bread is actually shipped from New Orleans. So I am looking forward to trying a bit of that and dipping it in both of these. So while we are waiting for our dessert to come out, I ordered a pumpkin spice latte that has their own house-made pumpkin pie syrup that I'm really curious to try out. All right, our dessert just came out. I have the raspberry champagne cake that has a champagne syrup to keep the layers moist, and the layers are vanilla cake, alongside champagne buttercream frosting with raspberries layered in. This looks super moist and delicious. And they just gave me a random scoop of ice cream because my sister ordered a scoop of ice cream with her brownie, which I'll show you all across the way over here. Whitney got the walnut brownie with a scoop of ice cream. And then as well to go, we have the Pixie birthday cake. This all looks so delicious, and I will definitely keep you posted on our overall thoughts of the dessert and the meal. The pumpkin spice latte is so delicious. I just took a sip of it. Cheers.
Mm. It's the same way I would describe the velvet chicken soup. It just tastes like a warm hug. It's so good. It's very spicy. I think if I were to compare it to, the classic Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, it definitely tastes a bit fresher. Like you taste the spices in there. Like I taste some cardamom, I taste cinnamon, I taste nutmeg, like I taste all sorts of spices going on, as well as that pumpkin pie syrup that they added to the mix. It's so good. And I think would be a great complement to the raspberry champagne cake.
All right, so we are heading out, and I wanted to show you this right outside the bar area. So we were sitting over there at that table with the beautiful chandelier. You see, this door takes you to the bakery, and you have these beautiful lanterns that's giving me restoration hardware realness. But it's so beautiful, and then you could see the view to the bakery, where they also have some merchandise, and of course you could buy slices of cake, pie, and other tasty treats that they have here at the bake shop. Absolutely beautiful. And we are going to go ahead and head on out. Okay, we are outside of the bake shop. We're thinking about going into the bakery just to show what the interior of the bakery looks like and check out the merch, but you can see the line here to the bakery. So we're going to skip that and save that for another day. But looking at the boardwalk, it is now the evening, as you all can see, and it's still beautiful. The weather has cooled down. There's a nice calm breeze coming through. So it's definitely been a fun day. We take off from the boardwalk. I want to let you know we are stuffed. The food was good. I wanted to share some quick thoughts before we head home. So overall, let's just get right into it. Would I recommend the bake shop? I would. The ambiance is just absolutely beautiful. It's all French themed. I would say like a French modern, if you are into like restoration hardware with touches of glam. That is what the bake shop is. So absolutely beautiful. It is expensive. It's pricey. As you saw on the menu, you're going to be paying an average of 20 to 30, maybe even upwards of 40, depending on what you get for just an entree, right? That's not cheap. For drinks, you're probably going to pay somewhere around 20 bucks or so for a drink. So again, it's not cheap. So, come here for celebration. Come here if you want to splurge. If this is your thing, if you're like me and you don't have any kids and, you go out and about and you like to eat out, this is certainly a great date night spot. I would highly recommend it. I had great service. We were waiting on by Anthony. Anthony was absolutely fantastic, super nice, very attentive, always checked in on us and asked us if we need anything. He was just absolutely amazing. The whole staff, management, constantly were asking us like how our experience was, and I love that. And it wasn't annoying. It wasn't like they were coming up to us every 5 to 10 minutes, but their pacing was very well. And just checking in and making sure that we were enjoying our food. So service, 10 out of 10. Ambiance, 10 out of 10 if you like that style. I love like the French glam modern style. It's very tastefully done, very beautiful. In terms of the food itself, is it worth the money? I don't know. I ended up getting the Choose 2, which again, Anthony recommended that, which was awesome because I didn't realize I could get the Choose 2 and get those particular, the gumbo and the velvet chicken soup. And I know it was probably bizarre that I got you soup. I'm a soup girly and I wanted to try those entrees. The velvet chicken just tasted like a warm hug, the same way I described the pumpkin spice latte. It was so creamy, so flavorful, so delicious. It's their house-made broth that they use for the soup. You could tell that it was just well done. Very straightforward, had a lot of flavor. So if I were to give that, like sometimes I rate things out of 5 out of 10. I'll keep up with my out of 10. I would probably give it a 7. It was really good. The gumbo was equally as good. The only thing I'll say about the gumbo is that I wish it was a bit chunkier. I wish it had more of the veggies, more of the meat. But overall, it was also delicious. I probably would give the gumbo a 6. And I know that it sounds relatively low, but I also want to be fair. Like, if I'm giving you like a 9, 8, 9, 10, that's almost like little room for improvement. Again, with the gumbo, I think it needed to be a bit chunkier. So I think it needed more of the ingredients in it to make me feel like I was consuming a true gumbo. Um, I love the fact that they had like the hot sauce on the side. Once I added a little bit of hot sauce, added that additional flavor, it further amplified the gumbo. Whitney was not the biggest fan of her po' boy, not because the po' boy in itself was bad. It had aioli, and she didn't realize that the aioli would be on the side. She thought it was just going to be on the side. So if you took the aioli off of it for her, she would have probably liked her sandwich more. I took a bite of it. I thought it was good. I'll probably give the sandwich either 5 or 6. Not the best po' boy that I've ever had, but the French bread was quite tasty. Again, on the menu, they indicate that they get that directly from New Orleans. I don't have any reason to not believe that. The bread tasted very fresh. It did not taste stale. It had a great flavor, had a great chew to it. The po' boy, I would say for me, the biggest thing is that the shrimp. I wish the shrimp sizes were a bit bigger for what you're paying for the sandwich. That would be my biggest criticism. I like the aioli. I like the flavor of the sandwich. So it was all good. Again, I would gladly come back here. My cake was absolutely delicious. I got the raspberry champagne cake. Again, I want to say the cake was like a $22 slice of cake. So not cheap at all, but a pretty big slice. What you see in my tote bag is leftover cake, leftover food. So we're walking out of here full, but also we have leftover still to go around. So I'm quite happy. That cake was absolutely light, fluffy, had a lot of flavor. If anything, I'd probably give that cake an 8. The cake was absolutely delicious, and even when I was asking Anthony about it, he highly recommended it. Whitney got the walnut brownie. The walnut brownie, I think, was probably a 3. And I really hate to give it that rating. The walnut brownie was probably the worst part, of the meal. It just was really hard. It didn't have like that, you know, crunchy exterior with like a moist, soft interior. So I wouldn't recommend the walnut brownie of everything that we had. Outside of that, it was all good. The cake, Whitney got the the Pixie birthday cake. She's going to try that later. She got that one straight up to go. Again, we have all of our desserts, all of our food that we're taking home with us. So we truly enjoy the bake shop. Again, it is very pricey. It is very expensive. So just be mindful of that. If you want a great place for, again, a date night, if you're just hanging out with your girlfriends, hanging out with a group of friends, and you want that little bougie feeling experience, I definitely would highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to coming back and trying some cocktails. So with that being said, thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for hanging in there, for all of your patience, for being a supporter. If you haven't already, please like, please subscribe. And again, if you can tell me what character my ears are based off of when we went to the Not So Scary party, the first couple of people to comment will get those shirts that I showed you at the beginning of this video. So I will definitely be sure to DM you. With that being said, please share this video once again, and I will catch you on the next journey. Have a good one.